Alright, so new 3 stages of tower came out. I've already done them. I think I even... The third one gives like 5 card packs. Yeah, I've already opened them. I got garbage. Uh, but the stages have decent rewards. See, if they're gonna release batches of 3 stages at a time, that's much better than what they were doing for 1 stage every month. 3 new stages every month. Now we're talking. Still, I would say maybe the old format was better, but this format is faster. So it's a give or take. Plus, if you just start the game, these stages are here forever. So I guess it's a plus for them. But you know, for us that've been playing the game, it's just anyways, I like that it's 3 now. It's a permanent thing apparently. So the first stage you got 30 free gems plus 1 ticket for part 1, part 2. By the way, if you're unaware, part 3 SSR guaranteed tickets are coming. It's in the files. We'll wait to see when that comes out. 50 of each upgrade material, really good. Almost 2 max URs of each type. Or almost a max SSR of each type. Plus a mil gold. And then the last one, 20 hammers, pretty decent. 5 packs of the background. The background is not the best pack, really, if you're gonna talk about the packs. Last time we got a much better pack, which was this one. Was it the last one as well? We got 5 of these. This is a really good pack. Has the only UR card right there. And 5 of these. This one has the SSRs. But it's cards. Anyways, how to beat these new stages. Now, the first 2 are more relaxed. The third one is a little rougher. There's only been one way there's only one like easy way I found to beat it. There's one other way I did find to also beat it, but the gimmicks for each stage are interesting. The first stage, the gimmick is that the boss or all of them always will crit you, and they do a lot of damage. So that's the gimmick. Like, there's not much of anything too deep. You just will always crit you and do a lot of damage. The team I used to beat it was this one, but I saw Speedy made a reflect team, which what he did was he used Goddess Liz, ult rush turn 1, and he used the reflect to kill them. If you have a high duped Goddess Liz, that strategy is definitely viable. But my strategy is this one. We're going for the ult. You gotta make sure that you have over 200k CC to go first if you want to do it like this. I'm using Twigo to help out Melly so he doesn't die. And I actually will change green. So I'm using Green Skinny King. You could go with Festival King if you have high dupes for him. I wanted to go with a more broad unit. So I'm using Green Skinny King, Lost Vein, which is an old festival by now. But if you don't have Lost Vein with 2 or more dupes, I would say you could go Bon. You could go any AoE really, especially AoEs that are green would be good. Tarmiel if you have high dupes. Any AoE that you have high dupes could work, especially if you have your king with high dupes. Liz over the Fraudrin because I actually want the heal. So we're going with this. We're going to put ult food. Where is my ult food? And go in. Now we're going to go first, meaning I can actually get ultimate gauge. This is why I'm not using Merlin the back, but it's fine because I'm using Twigo for melee. You might actually want to go with 2 reds if you want as well, but or 2 greens. Then you put the extra HP buff for green. So we're gonna go combine the cards for melee. That's 2 ultimate gauge for him, and use both king cards. That's 2 ultimate gauge for him. So when Liz dies, we get both ults. Now what we need is another Liz card. Good. So that we have space for the ultimates. See, they do a lot of damage to you. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little afraid King's gonna die. No, he should be fine, he should be fine. I had this issue once when I was retrying. Yeah, so the order of the attacks can really mess you up. The, the reflect team that Speedy actually came up with might actually be more, maybe I want to say consistent. Maybe I just need, I think using red types is better. Because King takes a lot of damage from that one specific boss there, or enemy there. We're still gonna kill her. We're still gonna kill her. No problem. But it would have been better, of course, if we had got both ults out. So, for this strategy, like I said, you could change the King for maybe a blue unit. So he doesn't die like that. That was the issue, because the red type attacked King there. On my first run, that was okay, because the order of attacks was different. And I got King to get healed by Liz and not die. So that was luck, I guess. So maybe you might take a few tries, but just use... I think Lost Vein's a really good one. If you have Lost Vein, even with low dupes, you should use them. For sure. Maybe put Sario Link on him if you have it. But this is strategy. Order Reflecting. Goddess Liz, ult rush, Green Merlin in the back, ult food. Get the ult turn 1. And use the ult. Let them kill themselves. Because you saw the amount of damage they do, so Reflect to work really good. Second stage, the gimmick is that if they attack someone that has a debuff, they do a lot of damage. I think. This second stage has a really weird thing, which is that I couldn't tell what the gimmick was, how I did it, and I saw how another Japanese YouTuber did it as well, but how I did it was I actually used Estarossa. So this is a very free-to-play friendly team. I used Red Galfer, where is him? I changed the gear from Green Galfer. Red Galfer, Estarossa, which is a coin shop unit. You don't need dupes. Really good. And Green Arthur. I saw, though, that this Japanese YouTuber used Melascula, which is even better. If you don't have Green Arthur, use Red Melascula. And you'll see how Red Melascula will work as we get into the stage. And then I actually used Jillian, I think it's her name, for HP for both Arthur and Estarossa. Golfer doesn't need it. No does Arthur. The only person that needs is Estarossa because the damage only comes to single target attacks. I was like, where is she? Let me change the gear real quick and I'll be right back. Alright, so for this one, I actually use Lifesteal Food. If you're gonna go with the Melascula strategy, you don't need Lifesteal Food. What you can actually go with instead is maybe the Attack Food. I think Attack Food could work well. Oh, do I have the correct gear? Yeah, Attack Defense, that's good. You can go with Lifesteal Food if you're gonna use the Arthur strategy, which is a little faster. Just a little bit. Melascula is more safe, I would say. Because Estarossa will be taking on the hits. But one thing that you need, with Estarossa on the left, just like I did, you need a level 3 turn 1. If you don't get level 3, back out. You need a level 3 turn 1. Again, if I knew the gimmick, because I couldn't tell the gimmick. Like, I did this like multiple times, I got level 3. If I did this stage multiple times, to see if I could find the gimmick, I could not find what is the gimmick with this stage. So, I'm sorry. Couldn't tell what the gimmick is. He does a lot of damage to you, though, I would say. The main boss, his ultimate does a lot of damage to you. Alright. We're gonna go for ranking up Estarossa, of course, and putting up the level 3 counter, just like that. If possible, next turn as well. Go for Estarossa's ultimate. It would be good to get an Estarossa card right here. Perfect. Perfect, I'll rank it up. I won't use it. But again, very free to play friendly team. Estarossa coin shop unit, Red Galfer coin shop unit. Arthur is a summonable unit, but again, you could replace him for Melascula. Just Arthur is a little faster. You saw I did like quite a good amount of damage to him. You won't do the same amount of damage if you use Melascula. But should have actually gone with the Estarossa ultimate. I was thinking maybe the attack cards would kill. That's fine though. For the counter. Estarossa coming back as the king. So actually, I tried the Estarossa team on all the stages actually, because Estarossa, you know Estarossa. But of course, for the other stages, they didn't work. The third stage is my my difficult one here, because I found that I could beat it, right, using the same team or a very similar team to what I did in the first stage, but that is very whale. So how I beat it first was I used Fraudrin, not Liz, because that's not necessary. Lost Vein, just like first stage, and King. So that was my team, Festival King, because they have just absurd ultimates, and it worked just fine, right? Issue is, it's very whale. You're gonna need dupes for these characters. So that's because I could not find what was the gimmick for the stage. I'm gonna do it with this team, but I'm gonna actually go back and do how actually Speedy did it, because he did it differently. It's still not super free-to-play friendly, I would say, because you're gonna need Assault Meliodas. But I think, I don't know for sure, I think the gimmick of the stage is if you have a debuff, you take way more damage. That's why Assault Melee is so good, because when you use Assault Melee, you debuff them and you do super amounts of damage to them. So in the second turn, not the first turn. Okay, can you attack Fraudrin? Oh. That was in the playbooks. Okay. That wasn't supposed to happen. Hopefully I won't die here. But what happened in the second turn is that they debuff you. Just like Kyo, they throw the ignites on you. Just like that. My melee got ignited. Just for demonstration purposes. He's gonna die. As soon as he takes an attack, he's gonna die. Oh, he cleansed me, never mind. He might still die, because he's taking so many hits. Yeah, he's gonna die. But if I didn't get cleansed, he would take an absurd amount of damage. So that's the gimmick of the stage. If you have debuffs, you take a lot more damage. So what you can do, and this is why the Fraudrin kind of works, because when Fraudrin dies, you get that. So I think I got very lucky that Melee was the one being attacked because of typing. If I had 3 blue units, that wouldn't have been an issue, because then they would have gone for the one with the least HP. Let's back out. Let's back out. We could go with a similar team here. With this, you know, knowing the gimmick and all. With our green skinny king. And we can remove melee, and we can still do this strategy. But, you know, you understand, you know, just let Fraudrin die, use the ults. You can even switch Death Pierce for maybe a character that would help in the front, maybe an attack buffer, maybe if you get lucky with the cards. But what Speedy and these other Japanese YouTubers did was, knowing, you know, the debuff thing, use Assault Melee, because every time they attack you, they get debuffed in the first turn. They use Melascula, which I guess Assault Melee could die, so it makes sense. Swear to God. Finding characters is the worst thing in this game. Melascula. And I think their third was Red Derriere. Now, I think this could be switched for other units. Woodrow, maybe? This could definitely be switched, but Red Derriere is a very broad unit. I feel like a lot of people have pulled her in Part 2 tickets, so it's not that bad. For the back, I have no clue. No clue what they used. I have 0 clue. So I'm gonna go... I'm gonna keep Death Pierce, I suppose. I have no idea what they used, because... I definitely showed in their video. I watched the Japanese YouTubers video, because I did my my run, right? And I was like, okay, actually, I kind of want to look for a team that's more free-to-play friendly. So I looked, the other only person that had done a video on it, or that had beat it, that I saw on my sub feed, was this Japanese YouTuber, Dora-chan. And that's the team that he used. So I was like, that's that's cool, but maybe if people don't have assault melee, it's not really their thing. So you have really two options. If you have assault melee, use this one, right? But if you don't, use the ult rush. Just make sure your character doesn't get debuffed, because that's the gimmick. Does anyone here have attack at HP? Okay, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Let's just go. Let's just go. Let's just go. Just make sure. All right. Melascula's passive, or sorry, commandment, only works in PvP, right? That's why I put it on the left. I want to kill the guy on the right, but he's not really attacking, so I'm just gonna go for the guy on the left. That must be it. If you don't attack, you get debuffed. Yes, it's so Melascula's commandment is the gimmick, basically. Okay, then that's more manageable. You don't really need a team like this. If you just work around the gimmick, you can definitely beat this with no issues. Okay, it's much more manageable than I thought it was actually going to be. That's good. That's good. Dari's dead though. Dari's doing like no damage. I'm questioning the decision of using Dari. I really am. I really am. His ult is AoE, by the way. I'm a little scared. Okay, Dari died. But I guess right here, it's where Dari's gonna shine, because her ultimate is gonna hit really hard. But for the other turns, she really didn't do much. Okay, 500k. That's good. For the other turns, she really didn't do much, if I should say. I don't know. He's hitting really hard. He's gonna attack again. My ult strategy was so much faster. I lost. There's no way I can kill him here. My ult strategy was much better. It did it first try. Am I doing something wrong? I must be, right? I must be. Well, in an unexpected turn of events, Melascula's ultimate did 1.4 million, absolutely obliterating, and I mean absolutely obliterating Darius' ultimate. It wasn't even close. It was 3 times the damage. So I guess Melascula's ultimate is absurd damage in this stage. That's all I can tell. But yeah, either use it has to be something like this here. Either use the ult strategy or the assault melee strategy. I don't know what happened there from Melascula. I'm actually going to translate this because I don't recall ever seeing this thing. Yeah, when you attack an enemy that has ignite, you do 50% more damage. That's what. So that's not the gimmick. I mean, it is one of the gimmicks, but that's not the only gimmick. I'm very confused. Anyways, that's how you beat it.